Disc Golf Jesus and I ran into some locals, so of course we played a doubles match. More importantly, I got a chance to look inside their bags, so the only right thing to do would be to shame their discs. So let's jump right into the bag roasts. You already know Rich is confused when he's using the wrong hand to throw with. That'll probably be the nicest thing I say, so strap in. I want to talk so much shit about using the Rico X as your putting putter, but I know you got it from Luke Sampson as support, which would be the only acceptable reason to use this thing. And if I have to hear any bullshit about how the X makes a difference, I might snap. The only X I want to see is on a private browser. Fuck that cleaning history shit. You surprised me, because I didn't think you were smart, but you have a zone, so I guess I was wrong. Wait, spoke too soon. A Stingray? Really? I didn't realize we were still in the 90s. Then again, I've seen the forehand, so something understable makes sense. But I'm really trying to wrap my head around how you have no other mid-ranges in the bag, other than that unusable one. I guess the zone could do a lot of work for you, but maybe invest in a hex. Now all you MVP fanboys can get off my dick. I recommended something of theirs for once. This next statement is not a suggestion, but a requirement. You already have a Thunderbird and Firebird. Both solid choices, by the way. But now you need a T-Bird to complete the Legendary Birds trio. Or if you want all the pussy, pick up a T-Bird 3. You won't regret it. I like the Thunderbird as a stable disc that you can trust to put lots of power into without worrying about it turning too much, and still push down the fairway with reliable fade. And then the Firebird, that just fades hard. The Heat better be your go-to, and if it's not, make it that way. That was the biggest takeaway from the round. That disc needs to be in your hands anytime you need something to go far. And before you tell me it's too flippy, put more hyzer on it and rip it. I promise you'll be alright. If you do happen to have some headwind or you actually start throwing hard, come on, I've been too nice. I had to slip that in. But then the Wraith is a great choice. It should fly similar to the Heat, yet fade harder sooner. If you really want a disc that you can smash, throw the damn Wild Honey. I know it's in your collection. It's just a longer Heat, except it'll go way farther. And then you can take that disc crap out of your bag. I'm gonna assume the Destroyer only comes out when there's a strong wind from the rest of what you throw. It seems like you have your game figured out, which, if that's the case, then this disc hardly gets thrown. And if it's not that way, rewind the video like 15 seconds and listen again. The final disc in Rich's bag is the Rive. And not gonna lie, I thought it said River at first, and I was about to block you on Facebook. Thankfully, I reread it, but I was still as disappointed as an over-the-pants hand job. Sure, your dick gets touched, but no one wants cum in their pants. That being said, I'd rather you get one of those than bag this disc. I don't even think you need to replace it. Bagging only 9 molds would be a flex too, in my opinion. But I'm sure you just did it to not have so many options to choose from. I know you get confused easily. Unfortunately, I have to say that I don't hate this bag. And honestly, there wasn't a lot to roast. And I don't know if that's a good thing for you, Rich, or if you need more of a personality. Just kidding. Thanks again for letting me shame your discs. Now go put that fucking honey in your bag or I'll steal it. Going from a simple bag to what I can only describe as 3 different puzzles mixed together. Or as Tom would tell you, his disc golf bag. Let's see this mess. I want to hate on the Luna, and I will. Just wait. But one day at Putting League, Tom did give me a pair for free. I happened to shoot the worst I had all winter, but that could only be a coincidence, right? If you need a sign to switch to the Douglas Fir, yes, that's a real name, here it is. Tom is sponsored by AGL discs. Don't worry if you've never heard of them, you're just like every other disc golfer. Well, everyone down a 10-mile radius of Tom. I swear if I have to hear about the damn Baobab one more time, I might lose my mind. For those confused, it's a Stego, except the tree version. And yes, I'm convinced AGL discs are attracted to trees. Or that's just the way Tom throws. Even with that said, I'd rather you bag that stuff than a slammer. I hate that disc, and I won't budge, so everyone should just change for me. Not sure why the world doesn't work that way. You already bag more discs from AGL than 99% of disc golfers, and it's only going to get worse. The Acacia was 3 years in the making, only for no one to know what the fuck it is. The last putter you bag? Yeah, I know, we're still on putters. We were spoiled with Rich's bag. The Sky God. My little hands can't get to liking this disc, but how can I hate on a Sky God? By calling it overrated. But that's just a fact. Fuck Tom, the zone is a putter. You people better stop calling it a mid or we're gonna have a problem. Now we can finally move on to mids. The Buzz is a classic. Still mad overrated, but a classic nonetheless. I'm just glad it's not AGL. I spoke too soon. The Beach, and that's with 2 E's, is a disc that I wish I could explain more, but who the hell's even heard of it? I can't believe you bagged a Lion, unironically. Unfortunately, I had a Lion phase 2, and just like the perm I once rocked, I choose to forget about that part of my life. I like the Meteor though. You'll try and tell me it's for Anheuser forehands. I'll pretend to listen, but it's a perfect disc for flip-up shots in the woods that require little power yet will bend around trees with ease. You try that first, and then you can keep trying to convince me of a shot that my yarn will do better. Hey, look at that, more AGL discs. I feel like I should be getting paid at this point. The Money Tree, more like pocket change. If you believe in flight numbers, these should get you excited. A slower disc that doesn't need tons of power to glide through the air with plenty of turn, but a reliable fade. Well, unless you chuck it, but that's user error. Also, I haven't thrown it. Just watch Tom from afar. Like really far. I don't want that AGL shit to rub off on me. According to Tom, the Locust is AGL's destroyer. Not sure if I buy that yet, but I'll have to test it out. But I will say the way he throws it makes me question. In a good way. Seems to be more stable than the money tree, allowing for more power. Maybe then Tom will stop turning over his drives for once. Finally, the last AGL disc in the bag so I can stop pretending to know what the hell is going on. The Sycamore, but probably could just get a T-Bird 3, but hey, what do I know? I respect the Sexton Firebird in the bag, and everyone knows at this point the 2021 Firebird is the best run, or as I call it, the people's sex. 10. Anyone can throw it, it doesn't go too far, but if you know how to handle it, can do wonders. Some would even say the best 10 seconds of their life. And I'm talking the disc, not what I did last night. Finally, time for the best disc in your bag. Don't know if that's true, but the Monster is better than all your AGL discs combined. Just saying. Plus, PFN doesn't get much better than that. Way too long later, and we're at distance drivers. I'm really missing Rich's bag at this point. Fuck the Rive. I said it once, and I'll say it again. Fuck the Rive. Does anyone bag the non-pro version of the Ballista? Seriously, I don't think I've seen it, and this is the case once again. It's another disc that the Wild Honey is just better. Hey, if Tom can spread his AGL propaganda, then I can do mine. Ooh, a Wraith. Oh, it's in Halo plastic. Still a good disc, can't be too upset. The Cloudbreaker is a solid frisbee, unless you tell me it's the newest one. Then you got scammed by Discmania reaching deep into your pockets for a disc to fly like the last three I just said. The last disc in the bag is one everybody should be throwing more of, the Infinite Maya. A slower, understable driver that nearly every disc golfer should be able to get to flip and go a while, even powering up and allowing the disc to hold the entire way. Or if you're a big boy, you can get some rollers out of it. Shout out to Tom and Rich for letting me roast their bags. Plus, another plug, they just took down a doubles tournament together, so I guess their bags weren't too bad. But imagine if they actually had good discs. All jokes, of course. Congrats on the dub, guys. Disc Golf Jesus and I must have knocked off their rust because we showed them how playing Fairfield Whites is done. Yeah, not that impressive. But if anyone wants to play the best doubles team in the nation, hit your boys up. That's us, by the way. Not sure if you caught that. But until then, if you laughed, make sure to like and subscribe. It's the easiest way to support the channel. Oh, and if you want to see what your putting putter says about you, check out the video right here. Not too mean, right?
On job.